scripture as his mission statement, as his mantra, as the foundation that launched how he would engage humanity. From a community and a family that was economically deprived, politically stifled, and socially strained. That's the kind of man that spoke this as his statement. I want you to hear this from a man who was both a spiritual leader and a political voice. And once I read this for you, I am out of here. I don't have anything else to say. I think I needed to say this candidly and forthrightly to those who will happen to hear this. Because I think at times I have tried to fit the context of the community in which I find myself. I've tried to water down my message in a manner and a way that is non-confrontational, that is cute. But as my pastor said at my ordination service, preaching ain't no picnic. And Jesus didn't die because he was nice. And so this construct and concept that we all have of the gospel of a kumbaya message, I'm sorry, that ain't the reality of the man that we subscribe to and say that we are submitting our lives to. Let us re-examine the teachings in context and see what we come up with. I recognize, I'm feeling this, that I will never be as accepted or embraced because of the nature of my message and the lens in which I see the gospel, but that's good. I'm okay with that. As long as heaven is applauding that I've done what I believe the Lord is asking me to do and what the Lord is asking me to do. Can I read Luke 4, verse 18 in your hearing? I'm going to read it from the King James Version, the New King James Version, since that is the version that many of us came to know the gospel. So let me read it in the King James Version, and then I want to read it in the NIV version, the New International Version. And let this settle in your spirit. When you start playing church, when you start trying to avoid messy conversations, when you start skirting around justice, when you become disengaged from that which is going on around us. Hear this, when you start casting judgment on brothers and sisters whose life choices and decisions have put them in an awkward and precarious position in our society, when you start looking at people through a lens of judgment and condemnation, let me remind you of what Jesus, not Wes, what Jesus said. Here it is. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed. The Spirit of the Lord is on me because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed. We're done. Remember I said that both holiness and deliverance is personal and social. It is both individual and it is communal.